Welcome, Libra, to your mid-month reading for May. Hope your friends are doing great out there. Okay, guys, let's see what's going on with you in the mid-month. Okay, let's see. And those of you who are looking for a personal reading, I do them. You can find all the information under each video in the description area. So let's see what's going on with you. Mid-May, the beautiful Libra. Two cards coming out is difficult decisions, weighing options. Not sure exactly what you're going to do at this time. You're afraid to learn from failure. So there could be something going on. It feels like you're exhausted. You may be trying to give up on a situation, but you're pulling through with some strength and courage. So it's like you're pulled in two directions over here when it comes to your thoughts. It's like, I feel like maybe I should give up on a situation. It's exhausting me, but yet I still have the courage and the passion to continue to go through this situation, and I'm keeping as focused as possible. What are you feeling so down for? What's going on here? Tell me why. Tell me why the Libra is feeling this way. You're feeling regret, disappointment. You're afraid of loss over here. You're afraid that there could be some loss here. Where is their loss? Someone's pulled away. You feel like somebody has direct communication but has pulled away a little bit. So you're afraid you've missed a chance and lost an opportunity. So you do feel like someone is maybe making some boundaries with you. They've pulled away a little bit, closed their heart off to you, and you feel like you may have lost your chance over here, but you're giving everything you got over here, even though you're kind of regretting. You're feeling a little pessimistic about this situation, a little bit of grief. Why has this person pulled away from the beautiful Libra? They're disappointed that they have an overactive imagination. They're feeling sorrow and sadness, and you feel like they're moving on without you. Feeling like they might be moving on without you because they've kind of closed themselves down and they're pulling away. So you're afraid that they're moving into a direction that's away from you, as they're not giving you much communication. It's almost like they've given you this direct communication of how they feel, and it's very burdening you, but you're really trying to put in hard work. You're trying your hardest to keep this going. You don't want this to be a missed opportunity. You're trying so hard, but they're in their inner feelings right now. They don't know what to feel. Feels like they're feeling insecurities. They're feeling down, sorrow. So you do feel like it's kind of head over heart situation. They're not opening up. But they did give you some kind of direct communication. What kind of direct communication did they give you for the majority thereof? Remember, this is a general reading. And if you know it's switched, it could be switched. They give you direct communication. Hold on, guys. They gave you direct communication of the Wheel of Fortune to the Eight of Swords. This is like a heart-to-heart conversation. Okay. Looks like, okay, this is what it looks like. It looks like they know you guys are destined to be together. They really want to keep this going, but they're afraid of what unpredictabilities are there. They're stuck in their mind about this situation because there's some heartache and heartbreak. They're very much maybe even kind of in a victim mentality, feeling they're not good enough. just really down. They're not sure where this is going to lead. They're in this place of darkness, this place of not understanding, and a place of confusion. They're trying to be the emperor that they can be, and they're trying to work as much as they can work. So they're focused more on their work right now instead of love, because they don't know what they're supposed to do, because they're going through this heartache and this pain and this emotional pain and suffering. And they feel like they can only create what they can create. So they're going after a job opportunity. They really want this opportunity with you, but because of this tower moment that they've had, they feel like they've lost their passion. And so it's frustrating them with the love upside down. So they're feeling like they're suffering or detached. They're going through some kind of heartache. Trying to get out of the Nine of Swords. Your person does not feel good. They've lost something that's terribly hard on them, whether it's their job or a family member or somebody close to them, a friend. They've lost something. There's something here that hurts. Something that they may have felt codependent on, and they're scared. There's some fear here. I'll show you guys the cards. I'm sorry, I do it this way because it's easier for me to see it up close as I'm putting them together. But you can see this. So, I mean, they do feel like there is a destiny between the two of you. But whatever this heartache is that they're going through, they're trying to keep it to themselves as much as possible. They don't want to, they're repressing their emotions. I think they're fearful that they're going to lose you too. This person has a lot of fear, a lot of upsetness. They could have lost their father. They could have lost some kind of loved one, a family member, their job with the King of Pentacles, the Emperor. It's going to be different for everybody, but they definitely lost something. But they feel like there's a new opportunity sitting before them that they want to create. They just don't know how after this tower moment that has scattered their energy so much and left them in this place of stagnation, this place of fear, worry. They want to reach out, the love, but they're so bad, they're so scared. A loss of love, whether it was their job or a loved one, that it really upsets them, and so they're hermiting to try to find the answers. But I do see you being the King of Wands. You see them as the Knight of Pentacles, and you're trying to reach out to them as the Page of Cups. I see you trying over here, Libra, to give them as much love and affection as possible, as you're still being independent and overcoming your challenges and focusing on what is needed for your life. But you're trying to encourage them as much as possible to open up to you. You want them to reach out. You want them to open up, right? Open up, reaching out. They are trying to reach out. They just don't know how. So they're kind of keeping it to themselves as they're healing and doing some introspective work. But you're doing such a good job. Your empathy is really coming through. You are a very empathetic sign when it comes to understanding how to balance. So I do see you balancing your scales. I do see you, weighing the kind of the pros and cons of how to come towards them, how much attention to give them, how much not. It's kind of weird because it's almost like you're using your own energy to get through this energy, because this energy here is very interesting because it's, for instance, when Libra doesn't feel good, they want to pull away to balance themselves out, right? And need that time. And you're doing the same thing that you would do towards yourself to them. And I love that. You're giving them that opportunity, but you are preparing and you are giving out some preparations in the near future here. In the near future, it does say you're looking outward. You are expanding. You are preparing. You see them as the star. You see them as your destiny. You're waiting for them to open up. You're waiting for them to come back, kind of like come back to life. I want to say that. I'm going to say that because it almost feels like they're dead inside. So I'm going to say come back to life with the star. You're waiting for them. You're preparing for them to come back, to rejuvenate. You have this understanding as the high priestess of what to do with the Fool. You're waiting for this new beginning. You're waiting for them to change. You're waiting for them to step out and out of this place of darkness into this place of pleasure. And it feels low that with the Page of Cups, you being the Page of Cups, you're kind of pushing, but yet also being the King of Wands, you're bringing back that passion, or trying your hardest to bring that passion back to them. You do care about this person. You're using everything. I told you were using yourself as yourself. I knew it. You're treating them the way you would treat yourself in this situation. You're justifying the situation. You're seeing the truth and the clarity of the understanding. Look, they're down, they're out. Let's try our hardest to help the person out. The love of a Libra. Oh. It's like, it's okay, but don't worry, I'll be back. I'll be back. Well, I'll bring popcorn. We'll watch Netflix. I'll bring some soda. Oh, the love of a Libra. One of my ultimate favorite signs. Because you know how to balance. Not too much of this and not too much of that, unless you're imbalanced, right? But yeah, that's literally what you're doing. You're taking the role. You're taking this role of being the leader. But yet you're using the compassion. There's that balance, but you're using the compassion as well. You're using passion with compassion. I mean, you couldn't get any better than that. You see this person is worth the fight. They're worth your time. You're diligently working on what it is you need to work on. You go to work, you do what you need to do, you come home, and then you do what you need to do. There is a little bit of confusion, though, of how you're going to do this. We have the confusion to the confusion again. The confusion over here, once again, trying to weigh, right, how I'm going to get through this. This is a rough reading because we have so much emotions, mind and emotions going on. So it's like they're pulling back their energy, but you're trying your hardest to push forward, but you also are pulling back a little bit as well because you are slowing down the situation because you don't want to push them away. That's it, because you're ready. You want to come in hot and furious over here. You want to be this Page of Wands. You want to discover this, but you are taking your time because you don't want them to walk away. You see them as the Empress. Yeah. So you're giving, you're being the King of Cups. You're being all these people. In seriousness, let's just put it this way. You are the Empress. Okay? Because you're trying to be all these people. I mean, the only two signs, whether you're male or female, I don't care, is, you want to be all the kings or all the queens, then you're going to be the emperor or the empress, right? I mean, And in this reading, you're really being the Empress more than the Emperor, because you're showing all of this emotion, and yet you're still holding up your side of the end over here, balancing out this situation, being the supportive leader, yet taking the natural leader. See, I mean, you're rolling all these kings and queens into one, which makes you the Emperor or the Empress, however you want to see it. I say that they're making it the Empress for you as now, not because you're male or female, or because you're a female, excuse me. It's because of that love and nurturing that you're giving out, right? So it's saying you are all the queens in one. You are dedicating yourself to the higher matters of the heart. Yeah, because you see this person as your soulmate. And you're trying to build as much as possible. You're giving them time so that you can get this commitment going. So anything that feels like it's, you're respecting their differences. You're respecting their ups and downs, their lows and ups, however you want to call it. You're respecting that. I give you guys a lot of respect. You guys get all the respect from me to do such a thing. Not many people can do that. Not many signs are good like that. But you're really using that Venus energy. And you are Venus, just like Taurus is Venus. And you guys could be dealing with a Taurus. This sounds kind of like Taurus's reading. But you're respecting the differences. You're having the understanding, hey, you know what? We all get fucked up emotionally. But who's going to be there for them? Right? But it's almost like you're using your own energy over here going, but you know what? If I was in this situation, who's going to be there for me? So I'm going to be there for this person. Could be dealing with a Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Capricorn, Leo, or a Gemini, Cancer. I don't know if I said Cancer. But I'm just saying, it's almost like you're kind of weighing the pros and cons of like, what would I do? How would I feel? What if it was me? And I see that in this reading. I see it all over the place. You're like telling yourself, how would I feel if somebody just walked away from me just because I didn't feel good? Would you want someone to nurture you and love you? Absolutely. Or would you want somebody to be like, you know what, you have freaking problems, I'm out. And you're not. You're standing your ground as the King of Wands. You're saying no. And then you're coming back up forcefully as the Empress, saying, no, we're going to work this out. And if it doesn't work out, then you know what? Bygones be bygones. But you're not giving up. You're trying. You're trying to reach out. You're trying, even though they've backed up. But it's like you weighed the pros and cons and you're like understanding. They've gone through some hardship. Something's wrong. They went through a tower like no other. Like I said, they've lost something endearing to them. Yeah. It's a harsh reading. But I love it because you're saying, I'm not going to escape you. I'm not going to walk away. I could walk away, but I'm not going to. Eight of Cups in reverse. I could walk away any given moment and say, you know what? I throw the towel in. I don't care. But you're saying that's not what I'm doing. I'm going to bring the popcorn. We're going to watch Netflix. We're going to have a good time. I'm going to try my hardest. And then I'm going to let you go. And then I will talk to you, right? Or however. Wow. How's this person going to be in the end? I mean, I'm just like this is such an endearing reading. And I haven't had, like I said, besides the Taurus readings, I haven't had, you and Taurus, you could be dealing with a Taurus. You are. Go watch those readings because these are almost pretty close to each other. How are they going to feel? Three of Swords to the Two of Pentacles, getting rid of the Nine of Swords, with the Six of Pentacles, giving back to you for the Four of Wands. Oh, shit. You guys, you did it. You did it. All through the name of love. You did it. You know why? Because it's a soulmate connection. You were supposed to be there to heal each other. Oh my gosh, I just heard it. Herald the Swords. I'm all better, baby. I'm all better. I'm all better, baby. I just keep hearing it. I'm all better. Look, I went into my place of hermit, and you were there. Oh, my God. And you were there to love me. Oh, my God, when I didn't have no one there. Oh my God, now I'm going to cry. Oh my God. Knight of Cups, you were my knight in shining armor, male or female, it doesn't matter. You made me rest. You brought me back into a place of rest and understanding. They do see that you are destined to be together. They do believe that you are their soulmate. How could you not feel that, though? Who else would do that, though? You know, you're not going to do that for just anyone. You're like, it's almost like you guys are, star card, destined to be together. You let them, yeah, herald the cups. I love you so much. I love you so much. I can't believe you did that for me. Thank you for waiting. Thank you for understanding. Temperance to the Ace of Swords. Thank you for understanding. Thank you for loving me. Bringing them back into the place of nurturing. Hot and heavy for you now. Oh my God, now they're hot and heavy for you. Whoa, you won their heart. Whoa. Eight of Cups to the Eight of Wands. Oh, geez. To the Queen of Pentacles. I want to nurture you. They might end up a little smothering you in the end. Could be a little bit of smothering, but I don't think that that's going to matter right now. I know Libras aren't super clingy, but I think in this scenario, I don't think it's going to matter. Because now they just, you know, and yeah, they could cling to you a little bit, but I think you already know that, and I think you're ready for that because there's got the your outcome is the Four of Wands. So even if they do become a little clingy with love, it says you're the King of Cups, you're ready for it with the Six of Wands. You feel like you won. The Fool to the Knight of Cups to the Six of Wands to the world. You're like, let's go. You're my heart's desire with the moon. I fantasize about you anyways. Eight of Pentacles. Whoo, hot and heavy to the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. So it's kind of like you're almost saying over here, Libra, you know, I'm not really a clingy person, but you know what? Let's do it. Let's do this. Because I've been waiting for this hot and heavy. I've been waiting for this love to get off. I've been waiting for you to heal. I've been planting the seeds this whole time. I've been building with you, Three of Pentacles, planting the seeds and building with you, waiting for you to heal. Four of Pentacles in reverse. Absolutely. I'm waiting for you to open up. I'm waiting for you to come towards me. So I'm ready. And yeah, they probably will be a little clingy because they just went through this death. They just went through this transformation. They just went through this hardship. They went through getting out of the Five of Pentacles. I don't see, there doesn't seem to be a problem. It's almost like you already know, though, that they're going to be a little clingy. You guys are pretty intuitive. It's almost like you know that this Empress is going to be a little clingy with you. They're going to hold on tight to you. But you're saying that's okay because I knew you were my soulmate. I didn't want you to go away anyways. That's why I was the King of Wands. Well, there you go. So you did it anyways. You're just waiting for your judgment call. You're waiting for them to say, hey, I want you. Thank you for loving me. That's all you wanted anyways, remember? Because it said you wanted this to go that way. You were waiting for the message. You're waiting for them to open up. Wow. Okay. Let's get some cards over here. What a beautiful reading. That's unconditional love right there. You guys are showing them unconditional love. Almost feels like a personal reading and in some ways. How gorgeous is that? She feels she knows. You got to be kidding. Look at that. She feels she knows. 22. Angelic number 22. Wait, is this the right book? No, over here. 22. Let's see what it has to say, my friends. It says an illumination is erupting from within you as a vision that is bringing what was once obscured into clarity. This is not likely to happen as a blinding, shocking insight, but as more of a softer, gentle knowing. It is like knowing something without understanding exactly when or how you came to know it. Wow, this is the message from Spirit for this reading. It's crazy. This insight will assist you, and you are asked to honor it. You will know which insight it is at the right time. Your heart will tell you. You are therefore being asked to rely upon the clarity that is coming to you now, or has just recently come. Gently but firmly, from the place of knowing, intend to act and take your next steps forward. Wow. And that reminds me of you being the King of Wands to the Page of Cups. It's just like intuitively, you know, as the Empress and as the High Priestess that you got, that you know intuitively what you're supposed to do. The situation you find yourself in right now may not be one of joy, but in time you will understand more of the bigger picture. He knows the bigger picture. Wow. You will come to see why things are happening as they are and how you are being helped on to the next stage of your path, even though it may look like an obstacle right now. That's incredible. Thank you, Spirit. This is crazy. You're being asked to think of terms of long-term happiness. Sometimes this warrants change or even temporary restrictions in the short term. But if you can't see how the present can possibly become what you sense the future to be, this message is especially relevant. It's relevant to this whole reading. You're plunging away. Remain patient, but most of all, be hopeful and trust in the light you sense ahead of you. For it is the light that is within you, simply revealed more fully. And all that is happening now is happening to that end. It has a purpose, so prepare for this path. Wow. That gave me shivers. This is all destined to happen, but we said that already. It's up to you whether or not you want to do it or not, though. You have free will. I'm a tarot reader, not tarot doer, but this is all destined to happen this way. You're healing them, as that's what soulmates do. And you know, it's crazy because as soulmates, we mirror into each other, so there could be something there inside them that you see inside yourself that makes you really want to push to be their light. And maybe it was like I said earlier, maybe it was because there could be times maybe somebody wouldn't be your light. So you want to do what you would want someone to do for you. Beautiful reading, my friends. If you liked this, hit that big old like button. If you really like this, hit that subscribe button. Until next time, my friends, peace and love. Bye-bye.